Alright fellas, here we're back in our Pokemon TCG Pocket video, where we've got ourselves Celestial Guardians, 8th set A3 in the card list. Okay, so, I'm a little late to this, but that's fine. But this is the Sun and Moon set. I'll be honest, I'm not a big Sun and Moon guy. Sun and Moon's fine, Pokemon are fine, you know, there's cool that I like, there's a few that I like. I don't think it's a terrible generation. It's not really my thing. So, I'm going to be doing a lot of Wonder Picks on this. Probably not too many packs, because I just kind of want to get I want to catch up a lot. I've been doing a lot with Triumphant Light, and I still need to do some more stuff on the other packs. It's fun. Anyway, whatever. So, this set looks interesting, though. I have looked at a lot of the bigger cards, so I know most of them, but, I mean, we'll still go through it. Execute with the Executor here. Tropical Hammer, 150 damage, but it has a coin flip, bro. That does not feel worth it. High risk, high reward, I guess. I do like Masquerade. I always love these cards here where it's just the one evolution and then it's a one energy with like 40 to 50 damage. That's good to me. 90 to 100 HP, we take those. I always love these types. It's how Rapidash plays. Maractus is a very simple basic. It's got that same like Kangaskhan type of... Well, Kangaskhan's got more HP. I don't know. It's got a similar play to another basic. I don't remember. Aeroblast, Phantom, Trevenant. Trevenant looks pretty basic. 2 Rowlets, actually. That's interesting. Leafage and then Skill Die. Attack does 10 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. That's good, actually. I do like the ability to do bench damage very early on in a fight. That's nice. Dartrix and then Decidueye EX. Pierce the Pain. 100 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon that has damage on it. And then Razor Leaf, which is 2 energy, 80 damage. That's really good when we consider the rare candy, because I did see that, where you can just skip stage 1 of an evolution, just go basic to stage 2. I think, right? Isn't that how it works? Let's just skip down to the rare candy. Look, yeah, when you're a basic Pokemon and have a stage 2, yeah, skipping stage 1, yeah. And you can't use this card during your first turn or on the base. Basically, if you can't evolve, you can't use that, but that's fine. So, that's really good. I mean, go from this Rowlet to this Decidueye with just 2 energy to do 80 damage, or 2 energy to damage a Pokemon that's already got damage, and again, that's considering this Rowlet can damage literally whoever it wants. So that's really good. And I mean, you can use the Razor Leaf, 80 damage, and then boom, Pierce the Pain. It's pretty damn strong. Or, unless you can't choose this, I actually don't know. There's damage to one of your opponent's opponent that has damage on it. Maybe it's a random, I don't know. I actually don't know. Grubbin, Mantis, Lurantis does 20 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. That's another really good, again, bro. Am I crazy, or is like Lurantis plus Decidueye gonna be really good? That looks really fun. Okay. Shiinotic. Flip a coin if heads, the defending Pokemon can't attack during your opponent's next turn. Pretty basic. That's pretty good. Okay. Bounce Sweet, Steenie. Flip 2 coins, 20 damage for each heads. 3-kit combo, 50 damage for each heads. I'll be honest. I mean, again, rare candy, skip, you know, whatever, to get to Serena pretty quick. Just needing 1 energy is really solid, and having a cap of 150 could be really good, but at the same time, I hate coin flips. I really do. Wimp Out. During your first turn, this Pokemon has no retreat cost. Why has it got 3 otherwise? Jeez. And why is it so expensive to use a move? First impression, if this Pokemon's moved to your bench to the active spot this turn, attacks with 60 more damage. Golisopod, dude, I don't think that's worth that. That is a lot. That's a lot of energy. Okay. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. It's nice, not too bad. Alright, Dome EX, pretty cool basic. Tapu Bulu. Flip coins, if Tails, this Pokemon also does 20 damage to itself. 120 HP is a little bit low. I don't know, 120 HP, 100 damage, 3 energy. I really don't think they're doing a lot to counter this EX era meta. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's good, but I don't know. Oh, I remember this card. I'm pulling that up. I love this card so much. I actually love it so much. It's so cool. Man, XY era cards. I remember this Arcanine. It just brought back a memory so quick. I fucking love this card so much. It's so awesome. Okay. In terms of power, I don't know how good it looks. I mean, it doesn't have any downsides at least, but still. Hello and Marowak, flip 2 coins, attack does 70 damage for each heads. Okay. At least one of them is heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. Not bad. That's a pretty decent effect. Burn's cool. Legendary Talonflame. Talonflame looks pretty good. Again, you can use Rare Candy, skip it, boom, 2 energy, 90 damage, 120 HP. It's like Ninetales, but without the Blaine. So in that case, it's not really that great, but it's got better HP. Litten, 2 Littens. There it is, 10 damage to itself and scratch. Okay, so if you want to do some extra damage, but some damage to yourself, then there you go, but still. And then Torcat can also damage itself. Farfang, 30 damage, burn, Scar Charge, Smash. If this Pokemon has damage on it, it does 60 more damage. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Again, you know, you can play around with rare candies with these and just completely skip the middle evolution. But if you do get Torcat, it's not terrible because you can damage yourself with Torcat, right? Obviously, they're probably going to be pretty quick to take damage anyway, you know, given they want to get rid of Incineroar. Oricorio, Kindle, discard a random energy from both active Pokemon. So, Oricorio and whatever the enemy is. That's not bad. That is a very good stall tactic. That's actually really good. Nah, and then Heated Poison. Say Poison and Burn. I'm guessing what, you take 20 damage every turn? It's pretty good. Or every action, whatever it is. Yeah, that's honestly fun utility. But I don't know how great it is, but that sounds really funny. Fire Spin, discard a fire energy from this Pokemon. That's okay. Again, that's pretty good. That's a basic too. Like, again, I'm just thinking about how easy it is to like maneuver energy in a fire deck like that. That's not bad at all. That could be a pretty damn good basic. It's not bad. It's not bad. Alolan Sand Slash Spike Armor. During your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon is damaged by an attack, do 40 damage to the attacking Pokemon. So, get him a Rocky Helmet and he's pulling like Druddigon again, kinda. Interesting. Take a water energy from your energy zone, attach it to this Pokemon. Nice little Vulpix. And then Blizzard from Alolan Ninetales, just 20 damage to your opponent's bench Pokemon. I mean, getting that Alolan Ninetales out is going to be nice. It's got 110 HP. 60 damage is not that much, but I mean, 20 to each of the bench is really good as well. Especially, again, if you have another Pokemon that can make massive use of enemies that have damage bench Pokemon or can target bench Pokemon, whatever. That's going to be really solid. Also consider how often you're going to be using Misty or whatever on a water type deck, so it's not going to be hard at all to get Alolan Ninetales that 3 energy. Shelter and Cloister, Guard Press. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes minus 20 damage from attacks. That's not okay. Lapras. Isn't this the same? Isn't this similar to the Lapras EX? I think the Lapras EX heals itself a little bit though, and it's 80, something like that. I don't know. Either way, okay. Opponent active Pokemon is now asleep, and then there's also another Popplio here, which has the 20 damage Water Gun. Also, isn't this? Okay, no, I thought this was a. Okay, whatever. Ground Wave Splash. Okay, I knew this illustration. I remember this illustration being in an actual card. Whatever. Primarina, what do you have? You may heal 30 damage from each of your water Pokemon. That's good bench, man. That's some good bench. Wow, okay. Abominable EX. During your next turn, this one with the Facial Striking does plus 40 damage, so it alternates damage. Am I wrong? Or does it... Huh. Does this not... Okay, I don't know if it's... I wouldn't say it stacks, but like, it does 40 damage on the first hit. If he does it again, it's going to do 80 damage. If he does it after that, does it do another 80 damage, or does it do 40 damage? And then 80, and then 40, and then 80? Does it alternate, or does it stay at 80 as long as you keep using it consecutively? It's interesting. That could be good. Especially because it's not that hard to get to. Evolving from Crabrawler, though, is that a fighting? I'm gonna guess it's a fighting type. Yeah, fighting type. Cool. Wishy-Washy, Call for Family. Put random Wishy-Washy EX onto your bench, and then Wishy-Washy EX. Does 40 more damage for each of your benched Wishy-Washy and Wishy-Washy EX. I mean, that's gonna be up to 150 damage this thing can do with 3 energy. You know, but you've got to have those Wishy-Washy, right? So I don't know how good that'll be feasibly, but it seems pretty decent. It's also got extremely high retreat cost. It was Crabominable. Cupiter. Okay. Araquanid. Dangerous Claws. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a basic, does 60 more damage. Jeez. You get that out early and they're still with basics, or if it's obviously like an EX basic Pokemon, then well, that could be really strong, just really effective. It's not like he's not effective against other Pokemon too. 60 damage is still pretty good. Pretty good chip at least. Pyukumuku, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, is knocked out, your opponents do 50 damage. Oh my god, it's like a grenade. Again, get that Rocky Helmet too, and well, it might just take out whatever whatever KO'd you. That could be really funny. And then Bruxish, it's a basic with, okay, honestly, 80 HP, 50 damage. That's not bad for 2 energy. Then Tapu Fini, another basic, heal 20 damage from this Pokemon. I do know it's got an illustration rare though, so honestly, I'm good with just it being a pretty illustration, not really a, I don't know how playable that is. Pikachu, and then a Alolan Raichu EX. Psychic, Psychic has an electric type, funny. Attack does 30 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Wow, that's gonna hit really hard because you're more than likely gonna have a lot of energy attached to your enemy's active Pokemon. That can't help but make electric good, can we? Alolan Golem. Discard 2 electric energy from this Pokemon. I mean, if you want to run him alongside Pachirisu or something like that, just a good electric, or just a good electric energy battery, lightning energy, whatever you want to call it, then I could see some good feasibility come out of that. That could be strong. Pretty effective. 150 damage with 160 HP is pretty good. That's the thing though with a lot of these like big rock evolutions, like, you know, your Golems, I think is just the biggest example right now. I think not Onyx, maybe Rhydon is a decent enough example. No, I don't remember if we got Rhyperior. I think we did, so I think Rhyperior is a good example too. Where they got like 4 energy moves and stuff like that, but it's like very unfeasible to actually get them out oftentimes. But maybe. Also 4 energy retreat cost. Jesus. Okay. Helioptile, Heliolisk. We got another Heliolisk. Interesting. Okay. This guy plays like Rapidash. Charge Bug, Vikavolt. During your opponent's next turn, they can't play any item cards from their hand. Being able to prevent item cards is really good, but you do, it's not like this is an ability, it's more that this is like an actual move that costs energy and you have to get to Vikavolt first, you know, stuff like that, but not bad. If you can get to it. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your Pokemon EX. If you know your enemy's running a very, very heavy EX deck, then well, Oricorio can just hardwall them. That's insane. That's pretty fucking funny. That's, wow, okay. Unless they can attack like your bench, and then in which case, you know, not nearly as invincible. Togedemaru, flip a coin, if heads, attack does 30 more damage. That's not a bad basic. I can do up to 50 damage, and at minimum it's just doing 20. It's not bad. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench electric Pokemon, 3 energy, 70. I mean, so you just play around with swapping it in and out. That's okay, sure. Barrier Shove, if flip a coin, if heads during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage and effects of attacks done to this Pokemon. Okay, sure. Corner, during your next turn, the defending Pokemon cannot retreat. I mean, that's not bad. Basic 40 power. It's not bad. That could be pretty good. You could make pretty good use of that. Grumpig, 110 and 70 damage with 3 energy. Lunatone, I mean, we're getting this kind of basics. Banette, during your opponent's next turn, they can't take any energy from the energy zone to attach to their active Pokemon. Wow, that's... Yeah, so they're using a lot of these like ghost psychic types here to really just screw over the enemy. Prevent damage, prevent them from retreating, prevent them from attaching energy. It's pretty funny. Oricorio, whichever one this is, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Okay, Spiteful Dance. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an attack during your opponent's last turn, this attack does 60 more damage. It's a basic, 1 energy, 80 damage. I mean, that could be pretty good. It's like Marshallow's Revenge. And Cutiefly into Rabombi, Fairy Wind, 40 damage. Comfy. Each of your Pokemon that has psychic energy attached recovers from all special conditions and can't be affected by any special conditions. That's a good bench. That's not a bad bench at all if you're playing against a lot of gimmicky decks like that. Okay. So you got some Palossand, 70 power, 130 HP. It's a 2-stage. Stage, well, stage 1, but one stage evolution. Okay, whatever. Shadow Hit. This attack does 20 damage to one of your Pokemon. That's pretty iffy, but it is a basic. You do get it early, and it's only 2 energy. So I mean, I could see the value, I guess. Whatever. Tapu Lele Energy Arrow. This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each head's attached energy. Each energy attached to that Pokemon. Again, if you select that, that could be really good. If it's random, still not bad, but less good. Cosmog, teleport, switch one of this one with your bench Pokemon, stiffen. During your opponent's next turn, this one takes minus 50 damage from attacks, and then Lunala. Obviously, I'm sure they introduced the rare candy in order to prevent like Cosmo, and Lunala, and Solgaleo evolutions from being terrible to get to. Makes sense. Once during your turn, you may move all psychic energy from one of your bench Pokemon to your active Pokemon. Yeah, big energy fluidity. That's insane. That's really insane, actually. Like, really, really insane. And then it's got the 100 damage move. 1 retreat cost. Yeah, that looks really, really good. And then Necrozma. Okay, Prismatic Laser. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. Okay, I mean, if you... With the energy fluidity that Lunala provides, that could be really solid. Or not really. I don't know. I don't know about if it's really solid, but I mean, you can easily get the energy you need for that. Wow. Okay. Cubone. It's got beat. Is this just a new Cubone? I guess so. No. Oh, we got a little Marowak, right. Makuhita, Hariyama. Switch out one of your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench. Your opponent chooses that new active Pokemon. Okay. Being able to force the Pokemon out and do damage to it's not bad. Solar Beam, 60 damage. Okay. Also, it's a fighting move. That's funny. Scratch on Drillbur. Corkscrew Punch on Timber. Girder. Conkeldurr, Guts. If this Pokemon would be knocked out by damage from an attack, flip coins. If heads, this Pokemon is not knocked out and its remaining HP becomes 10. It's not immune to status conditions though, so status conditions would still knock it out regardless, but still, that could be fun. Also, 80 damage, Mega Punch is pretty good power. That's not bad. That could be pretty fun. That could be pretty fun to play with, being effectively invincible. Rockruff, Signs of Evolution. Put a random card that evolves from Rockruff from your deck onto your into your hand. Wow. Another random Rockruff. Crunch and Bloodfang. Let's see. Crunch. Flip a coin of heads. Discard a random energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. If your opponent's active Pokemon has more remaining HP than this Pokemon, this attack does 50 more damage. Wow. That's okay. I like the look of Lycanroc Dusk there. Also, I'm very curious. Or not Dusk. Night. But speaking of Dusk, I am curious to see if the next like subset for this actually gives us Dusk Lycanroc, which it should. Either way, that looks fun. Bloodfang, that not bad. Okay, Mudbray, Mudsdale, bonus 40 damage to itself. See, this is another one of those things, like the fucking golems and all of that, where these 4 energy costs are just fucking terrible. And a 4 energy retreat cost, like, come on, bro. Alright, Offload Pass. If this Pokemon is in the active spot and is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, move all fighting energy to one of your bench Pokemon. Seismic Toss. So, yeah. Okay. That seems like it's a solid basic. I mean, it doesn't do great damage, but I mean, if you have like Lucario support, could do some better damage, and again, it's got that energy transfer ability. But you probably don't want it to be knocked out, being an EX. Not too often, anyway. Okay, the Minior. This attack does 40 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Sick. That came, again, the ability to attack the bench can be really good. Alolan Rattata and Alolan Raticate. Scrounge and Scar, 50 damage. Discard a random item card from your opponent's hand. Whoa. Whoa, discard? That can really screw up someone's life. That actually is kind of busted, I feel. Okay. Meowth, Persian. This Pokemon takes minus 20 damage from attacks. Oh, sure, I guess. It does 50 damage. I guess, okay. It's like Melmetal, but weaker. Alolan Grimer. Alolan Muck EX. Chemical Panic. Free energy, 80 damage. 1 special condition from among Sleep. Sleep, Burn, Confused, Paralyzed, Poisoned, and... Jesus. Fuse is chosen at random, and your opponent's active Pokemon is not affected by that condition. Any special conditions already affecting will not be chosen. So, I guess you spam this and you keep stacking special conditions on that enemy Pokemon. That could be really, really annoying. A little RNG in it, but I mean, if you can get it up there, that's not bad. Definitely not. Absol to... Okay, Unseen Claw. If your opponent's active Pokemon is affected by a special condition, does 60 more damage. Okay. Again, kind of run those together. Makes sense. Trubbish and Garbodor. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. I mean, again, this is the type that is known a lot for like confusion, mostly poison, and stuff like that. So this makes sense, a lot of it. And then Marine Toxapex. This Pokemon does 20 damage for each heads if you flip 4 coins. Okay. Yeah, alright. Dark doing dark things. Makes sense. Alolan Diglett and then Alolan Dugtrio, 2 energy, 70 times damage. You flip a coin so you get tails. This attack does 70 damage for each heads. So it's Misty and a fucking Pokemon. Got it. Excadrill, Slash. I like that. Being able to evolve and just have boom, 50 damage, 110 HP. That's not bad. That sounds very solid. Kind of like Bisharp. But Bisharp takes 2 energy. Escavalier. Granted, under Dialga, don't really need that if you're running Dialga. Anyway, whatever. Escavalier, Pike, 30 damage. This is also just 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Not bad either. Yeah, it's not bad. It could be pretty decent. And then, ooh, Klefki to draw a card. Yeah, that's a good basic. That's a really good basic. You just get that at the start of the fight. Boom, there you go. Got a little tiny bit of chip damage, which could be good for, like, enemies. For Pokemon that can do more damage whenever enemies already got damage on them or something like that. Yeah, and then you get that draw. That's nice. Then Solgaleo. Rising Road. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may switch it with your active Pokemon. And then Soul Breaker. 120 damage. Also does 10 damage to itself. Yeah. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay. Magearna. 2 energy Silver Cannon. If your opponent's active Pokemon has an ability, this attack does 40 more damage. I mean, a lot of good Pokemon have abilities, so, you know, you could probably get this more often than not, being 2 energy as well and being a basic. Okay. Grandpa, Berserk. If any of your bench Pokemon have any damage on them, this attack does 50 more damage. That's going to happen a lot. There's going to be a lot of that that's going to happen, so this Grandpa could really end up being very good on basically any deck, being 2 colorless, right? He may as well be a normal type. Jangmo-o, Hakumo-o, and Komo-o. Electric and Fighting Energy. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes plus 30 damage. I guess it makes sense Clinging Skills debuffing defense in the main games, but wow. Cosmic Eclipse, nice card. 130 damage. I mean, it's good, though I think Clinging Skills should have at least had an AoE effect as well if they were going to make this guy be just basically get one shot capable. Plus 30 damage is a lot. I think this guy's easily going to get one shot in a lot of cases. Tauros. Rising Lunge, 50 damage. If flip a coin, if heads, this attack does 50 more damage. Okay. Takes 3 energy, though. Skitty, and then Delcatty. Energy Assist, take a normal... Something you don't see every day. For your Energy Zone, and attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. I mean, a lot of these Pokemon can take, like, one... like regular colorless energy, like this Muck, for example. So there's a lot of places you can make that work if you do need that extra energy fluidity, but obviously you're going to need that typed energy still. You know, you can make good use of this, and obviously any normal types will be very happy to have it. Fletchling, Hawlucha, Justify Press. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a dark type, does 30 more damage. Not a bad basic. If you're fighting dark types, I guess. Got 80 HP though. Could work by itself. Toucannon. Again, this is another one that works very well with the rare candy, because you can just get this out very quickly. 70 damage, 140 HP, 1 energy only needed. Very solid. That's very solid. Yungus and Gumshoes. Okay. Stuffle, Beware, Tantrum. This Pokemon is now confused. I'm not really too big fan of that. Oranguru. Let's see, Primate's Trap. During your opponent's next turn. Attacks used by the defending Pokemon's cost 1 normal energy more, and its retreat cost is 1 colorless energy more. That's a fun. That could be fun. That could be a fun play. It's that could really screw over a lot. That really could. That's actually funny. And then Komala, Comatose. As long as this Pokemon is in the active slot, whenever you attach an energy from your energy zone to it, it is now asleep. Huh? Interesting. And then Rolling Tackle, 70 damage. Okay, sure. Whatever. Let's move on to the trainers. The very interesting thing of this. Big Malasada, heal 10 damage and removes a special condition from your active Pokemon. Okay. Fishing Net, put a random basic water energy Pokemon from your discard pile into your hand. It's good with those that can get rid, just discard your energy, or discard your Pokemon. That's funny. Rare Candy, we already know what that does. That's OP. Rotom Dex, look at the top card of your deck, then you may shuffle your deck. You don't have to. Okay. I mean, that could play fun. It could. Poison Barb. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is your active Pokemon is damaged by an attack by the opponent's Pokemon, the attacking Pokemon is now poisoned. That's a good way to get a lot of status conditions on. Leaf Cape, the grass Pokemon this card is attached to gets plus 30 HP. Bro. I saw a video of this earlier. You can stack this with Erica, not with the Pokemon Center lady because you got 2 trainers at once, but with this and then like a potion. This if you want to or if you need to. Like grass has so much healing, so much stupid healing that my god, grass is insane with HP. It's a roll. Choose one of your opponents, one of your Palisand or Mimikyu that has damage on it, and move 40 of its damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Okay. What if they don't have 40 damage on them though? What if it's like 20? I'm gonna guess they'll do 40 anyway. That seems pretty good. I think that could be pretty solid. But one of your basic normal colorless Pokemon that has damage on it into your hand. Into your hand. Okay. That could be very good because a lot of times colorless. A lot of time colorless Pokemon tend to act as like your openers for like the rest of your deck. So you start out with a few colorless or something, or just like a colorless Pokemon. They are able to like cover the field for a while you build up whatever you're building up in the back. And then if if they're taking a lot of damage, they're about to get KO'd. Well, use Illima, just put them back in your hand. They don't get the energy, and well, they did their job. Interesting. Kiawe, choose one of your Alolan Marowak, or Turtonator. Take 2 fire energy and attach it to the Pokemon. Your turn ends. Yeah, Turtonator needs a lot of energy, so that's pretty good. Alolan Marowak, I believe, does as well. So, you can make some pretty good use if you are using those cards with Kiawe. Guzma, discard all Pokemon tool cards attached to each of your opponent's Pokemon. If you know that they've got a lot, then that could be pretty solid. Lana, you can use this card only if you have Araquanid in play. Switch one of your opponent's benched Pokemon to the active spot. And you get to choose, I'm going to guess. If you get to choose, that's really good. And I mean, this doesn't mean you need, I believe you don't need Araquanid like as the active Pokemon, you just need it like on the bench. And even then, Araquanid's not that bad anyway. Please. During this turn, attacks used by your Alolan Golem, Vikavolt, or Togedemaru do plus 30 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. I mean, I guess that helps the Alolan Golem, look a lot more appealing. But Togedemaru, Vikavolt, those, I believe, let me relook at those cards. Yeah, Vikavolt, 70 damage, and then they can't play items. That's really good. And then Togedemaru already had that coin flip. Yeah. I don't know, I like that for those two. That's not bad. Mallow, heal all damage from one... Heal all from one Shiinotic or Serena. If you do, discard all energy. That's okay. Discard all energy. Serena needs 1 energy to function. Unless it needs a retreat cost. I'm pretty sure I didn't look at that. 2 retreat costs, fine. Whatever. You can still run stuff to play with that. Shiinotic needs 2. That's still fine. That's not bad, especially for Serena. Okay, and then Lily heals 60 damage from one of your stage 2 Pokemon. Yeah, again, especially reminder that grass types are broken on healing. So imagine a stage 2 grass type. You don't even need Erica. You bring Lily, or you bring both. Fuck it, why not? You just have infinite healing methods. I mean, Lily looks really good. Obviously, she's also got the immersive. Guzma also has the immersive too. So, and I've seen both of them. They look really good. But now we've got ourselves our illustrations. This Executor looks goofy. I love the tail like messing around back here. It's funny. Okay, the Morlo looks pretty nice. That Morlo looks good. I actually got this Serena. I was very happy to have gotten this Serena. I looked at Wonderpick. I was like, that looks cool. Because the colors look so good on this thing. Like, look at the background pink and stuff like that. It really plays well into this Pokemon. So, I'm glad to have gotten that illustration rare. We do have the illustration rare Tapu Bulu, Tapu Fini, and Tapu Koko, and Tapu Lele. So, okay. I do like all of them, how they're designed too as well. This Marowak is really good looking. This reminds me of the Cubone. The Cubone from back during the Kanto packs, whatever they were called, Genetic Apex. Yeah, Genetic Apex. This reminds me of that. It looks really so good. Turtonator as well. I love the explosion it's doing on its shell, because obviously it's got the shell. What's it called? Shell Trap? Yeah, Shell Trap, where it basically explodes its shell. Yeah, I love that it's basically about to do that. This is cute. This is fucking cute. I need this illustration rare. This is so awesome. I love Vulpix and Ninetales, so I need that so bad. Okay. Yukumuku, pretty cool as well. I think I actually pulled this. Oricorio, I feel like Oricorio has a similar style to the Tapu Koko, Tapu Fini, and all of them. Maybe not, but still, it's funny. But I do, this reminds me of the Simisear from Crown Zenith. Let me pull that up. I guess I could just look it up here. Simisear V-Star. Simisear V-Star Galarian Gallery. Yeah. Reminds me of that. Okay. Cutie Fly with a pollen looking nice. Comfy. Oh, the flowers look so good. That looks so nice. Oh, okay. It's good that if you can definitely find a way to play a lot of these Pokemon as well. I don't know about with this. Yukumuku looks really fun as just like a sacrifice, but in a game where you need 3 energy to win, then or 3 points to win, you know, that could be a lot more iffy. Whatever. Sandygast, a lot of pollution. Poor Sandygast. Yeah. Oh, poor guy. Poor guy. Cosmog, that's such a good looking Cosmog. That makes me think of the Cresselia, like just how good those illustrations are. Like they make these illustrations look really good. Same with the Minior and Rockruff. Like those like dusk, amazing skies. Oh, that looks so good. And this is especially cool as well, obviously. I see why they did this, because you can evolve into day and night form. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. I can't wait for Dusk, Lake, and Rock. Okay. Mudsdale on the farm looks super good here as well. It's got the Rancher, Reader, whatever trainer class it is. Magearna looking nice as well. Obviously, being an antique Pokemon, like basically an antique shop. Okay. And then the Drampa. Who illustrated Shinji Kanda? Yep, this guy. This guy makes so much good artwork. I'm pretty sure he's the one that made like the Giratina from Lost Origin, like those type of cards. Like this guy really knows what he's doing. Pick-a-Peck. That's nice with all the Picky-Peck here looking cute. Beware with the paint. I didn't know it was a part of Team Skull. Got it. Which, by the way, I'm surprised we haven't gotten like Team Skull Grunt or anything like that, even though we did get Guzma. I could see that in like the next set. I feel like we're gonna have another case of like Diamond and Pearl where we're gonna have 2 subsets of this stuff, where it's gonna have brain fog. Where it's gonna have those 2 subsets for Alola Pokemon, and like you're gonna get Dust Like and Rock. We're probably gonna get the Necrozma forms, probably like the Ultra Recon Squad and stuff like that. Ultra Beasts, definitely Ultra Beast. That's coming. Like Lusamine and Ultra Beast is definitely gonna be one of their own sets. So that's interesting. That'll be interesting to see. And Komala there as well, hanging from the tree. We do have all the regular EX full arts. I don't want to go into all of them, but I love the look of these. If they could somehow make these transfer well to like the actual TCG, I would love this to be the actual aesthetic of a lot of our modern secret rare 2-star cards. Like these look so much better in my opinion compared to how they look in the actual TCG. Like this style works so well, like with all the shining and glimmering and the like golden outline on them. It looks so nice. I love the full art trainers as well. I'm so big on full art trainers. Like I just want all of these, but that's definitely not gonna happen. Decidueye EX alternate art. Oh, I love that. Yep. The arrow, the sniper look, nice. The Delmize actually looks pretty damn good as well, being underwater. Looks like it's in weeds, but probably seaweed, right? Incineroar in a match. I would have loved, by the way, if they would have actually like put Z moves or something in this. That could have been really cool, but alas. Garbado on the top of the mountain. Wishy-washy underwater, looking completely menacing. Amazing Raichu, which we did see revealed in the promo video, which I haven't even fully watched, by the way, but whatever. And then Lunala and Solgaleo EX, which, by the way, make one like complete artwork here. I'm very curious to see if they put Necrozma in this artwork, like maybe at the top. That could be very interesting to see, but anyway, it's very curious that they didn't make these immersive and instead give it to Guzma and Lily. They opted to give it to the trainers this time around, and I think it works. I think Lily and Guzma are very good options. Passimian with all of the other Passimian, funny. And then Muck just kind of fading into like a paint background, which looks really cool as well. And then we did get shinies. We got shinies of a lot of the Pokemon from Genetic Apex. The Bulbasaur line, the Wartortle line, Execute line, Staryu line, the Ghastly, Machop, Cubone, and Jigglypuff lines. Okay. I mean, I don't really tend to care too much. I mean, the shiny Pokemon are nice, but I haven't even pulled a regular shiny Pokemon. I did actually pull shiny Blastoise EX, though, because they did give all their EX versions the shiny version as well. which is cool. I mean, it's cool, it's nice, it's, you know, all that good stuff. Does it make them more playable? I don't know about that. It could maybe, but you know, if you like them, play them. I got this Blastoise. Blastoise is my favorite Kanto starter, and I did get it shiny. It was like the second pack I actually opened of the set, so I got very lucky with that. But I still have not pulled a regular, like, one shiny star Pokemon. And then, of course, the 2 crowns are going to be Lunala and Solgaleo. I think it would have been funny if they made the crown Lillie and Guzma again, but they, you know, they had to represent Solgaleo and Lunala. I do like the not Genetic Apex, this set. Obviously, we kind of knew it from like Shining Revelry and Shining Revelry. I think it was just Shining Revelry. That they are not gonna like specifically give a certain Pokemon a like gold card or like make the the immersive of the set. Like if we want to look at Shining Revelry, obviously this set kind of introduced us that it's like, okay, so this is obviously like, oh, this is focusing on shiny Pokemon, even though it actually has, I think, less shiny Pokemon than this other 2 set, but whatever. But instead of giving like a shiny Pokemon and immersive, they gave it to Giratina, right? They gave it to Giratina, who does need it, who did deserve it, whatever. And then the gold wasn't even Giratina or shiny Pokemon, it was a Pokeball. So very interesting to see, you know, how they continue to do that in the future, and obviously giving the immersive to Lillie and Guzma this time, and then the crown to Solgaleo and Lunala, as you would expect from the set. You know, very interesting way to go about it. So we'll have to see how the next one is. I wonder if we'll be getting, oh my god, imagine I'm just thinking about it. Imagine crowned Ultra Necrozma. Good luck, Chief. Good luck getting to that. That'll be absurd. Anyway, I think these cards look pretty good. I think this definitely shakes up a lot of the meta. I mean, the addition of the rare candy alone is like so damn game breaking that stage 2 Pokemon can probably now actually keep up with basic EX Pokemon kind of metas. I think so. I'm very curious to see how that goes. I really need to pull 2 of those rare candies, and so I can finally actually start grinding away at literally any deck I want to get done. Like I can finally just play anything I want to. We'll be good. I'll be happy. Oh, I got to. Imagine. Yes, I can pull Snivy, I can pull Serperior, I can skip the Ceravine. Grass decks become awesome. That's just one thing that I'm thinking about. That's going to be fun. But yeah, let me know what you all think about the Celestial Guardian set, and let me know what you all think we're going to be getting for the next subsets of this. And I'll see you later and hope you all enjoyed. Peace.